Our organisation was set up in 2006, so essentially what we do is to educate people as to their rights, but also to develop campaigns and techniques for them to effectively create change. The first campaign that we got involved in was around poor accommodation, high-rises that had been built in the 50s that were still standing. People began telling their stories, and through their stories we identified the issues that were plagued by damp, mould, cold, pigeon waste on landings where children were playing and clothes was being cleaned, and sewage ingress coming up through sinks, all of those issues. What we done then was to wrap those issues in human rights, and what our groups do, they go into their communities, they speak to their neighbours, they speak to their families, they speak to their friends. They gather the evidence that a human rights failing is indeed occurring, and then they set down a marker for the progressive realisation of their rights to make meaningful change for themselves on the ground.
We're at West Belfast, Lower Shankill, one of the most deprived areas in Northern Ireland, because there is little or no employment within this community. This community used to be full of paramilitary murals. This mural is part of the re-imaging. It is what we stand for with regards to human rights, because if you look, it's about mental health, it's about education, it's about jobs, it's about participating with regards to what is happening in your community. This was North Belfast Unemployment Office. Government figures stated that they were going to create 5,000 jobs over a 4-year period, when in fact there was 125,000 people unemployed. We thought that there was a campaign to be had with regards to no jobs and lack of social security benefits being paid to certain individuals. We came down here for about 6 months on a weekly basis and had workshops. It was obvious that people were being sent for jobs that weren't there. We got them to engage with regards to filling in surveys, inform the people of their human rights, how they were being abused, and what we're trying to do to try and readdress that. We went to Belfast City Council. We got cross-party support to put through a motion which was passed, which secured jobs for long-term unemployed people.
So in our view, change only happens when those affected by inequalities are at the table and meaningfully involved in every facet of decision making regarding budgets, regarding allocation of funds, regarding policy, regarding plans, all of that they're involved in every aspect of it. That's when change is meaningful and real and achieved.